Okay, so nowadays it's very easy to get everyone's personal data using Google, Yahoo, something like that, and that's the development of the IT technology. And I think personal data protection should be a multidisciplinary subject rather than IT ones or legal ones. If you check my background, you can see that I have no legal background. I'm not a lawyer. I did not study any law degree, something like that. But personal data protection in European countries is an issue about human rights. So social work is also a social worker is also working to defend human rights. So I think I just make a choice a few years ago, and I shift from a social work department to the Office of Personal Data Protection. But later I found out that it's really a tough work. Okay, so I have to learn a lot, and also I have to learn IT things too. But anyway, I'm not very familiar with those IT technologies. Okay, I need to just make my presentation very brief. I think it's very easy for you to get this information from internet. The Personal Data Protection Act in Macau was passed in 2005, but it's a very particular act or particular law, because this is the only law drafted and proposed and passed by the Legislative Assembly itself. You know that normally in Macau, the laws are proposed by the government, not by the legislators. But the Personal Data Protection Act in Macau is proposed by the legislators. Okay, so as I know, by now is the only one. Okay, and it entered into force in 2006. And sometimes we may think that whether this law covers the public sector, you know, personal data processing in public sector is a huge data processing. We can say that yes, we cover the public sectors. It means that all government agencies need to follow this law and regulated by this law, and that's the important thing. You know, nowadays some Asian countries are trying to formulate their personal data protection law, but some of them are just covering the private sectors, not the public sector, and then it may be not so fair. You know, we know that in business we have to handle a lot of personal data, but in the government, most of the people have to submit their personal data to the government, and the government is processing huge amount of personal data. Quite simple. We are supervising and coordinating the implementation of the law, and we need to establish some regimes, including we need to issue some guidelines, and we have to handle complaints and inquiries from citizens, and also from business and from government agencies. We have to do our publicity and education works. So it means that public awareness on personal data processing is always important. Okay, I think the public awareness on personal data processing is not only to the general public, but also to data controllers. I mean the companies and government agencies, and they need to know about that. And of course, we think that it's very important to express this idea in universities and in IT industries, because the IT guys is those guys who can protect personal data.